All right, I'm here with one of the top defensive back prospects in the 2023 class out of New Jersey, recently newly committed defensive back wide receiver to Illinois. I have Saboor Karriem with me from West Orange, man. Saboor, how you doing today?
I'm blessed. How are you?
Good, man. Good, man. Can't complain, man. I'm also blessed, man. I'm blessed to sit here and talk to prospects such as yourself, man. So, as I mentioned, man, you're recently committed to Illinois. You committed I believe it was 2 weeks ago or last week. So what all went into that decision, man, to go up to Illinois and play for Coach Bilma?
Um, my recruitment process didn't start like how a lot of other people did. Like my recruitment process started at the end of my junior year. Like I didn't start getting attention for. I ain't had no recruitment till like I started going to camp and stuff like that. But that was the only time. Like I never was close to no offer. So like my recruitment process started kind of late, and so doing that, I went on 24 unofficial visits. So I went and seen everything that I wanted, you know what I mean, as far as many options I had, because I finished with 27. Like the day I committed, Michigan State offered me,
Mm-hmm.
which was crazy.
Yeah.
But then, like when I went down there, because originally I was going down there to see Northwestern, and I just was like, I got Illinois. Let's go up there. Let's go there for the day. Like it was nobody there when I was in there,
Mm-hmm.
and the energy and the people like is different. Like when people say like you gonna know when you at home, I kind of knew when I was up there. So and when I went back for my official and the type of recruits that was in there with me, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people, a lot of guys look at the team that's there now and the success of the team that's there now, but in all reality, they're not going to be there. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? When it's your time, so you can't gauge it off that. Like, and I believe that what's being built there is a product of what Coach Blima preaches, which is consistency. You know what I mean? Like every day, day in and day out, like they're consistent in what they do. And Coach B, this is the first time they rank. This is the
Mm-hmm.
first time the University of Illinois is ranked. They got the number one defense. So I'm like, if I just stay the course and trust the process with this, that's where I want to be. And it's really a family. Like I can tell you that. It's really a family. Like everybody cares about everybody in a more genuine sense, not just about football. Like a lot of other schools, sometimes people only care about you because, you know what I mean? Like that's your coach, not because
Mm-hmm.
I want to know the person that you are.
Definitely, man. That's one of the big things with me too, man. I want to, try to get to know, the player, just like not, because I've always feel like,
Yeah,
and I always say this, man. I hate that when us as media people, we only want to talk to recruits just to figure out where they're going to school. Like, nah, sit
yeah,
down with them and talk to them about the process, how you came into
yeah.
football, man, stuff like that. But one of the things I did want to mention to you is I wrote an article this week about
Mm-hmm.
you committing to Illinois, and I I wrote in there that I believe that was a great spot for you because Illinois recently just put two defensive backs in the league who are actually playing pretty well. You got
Yeah,
Nate House from the Raiders, and then you got what's my name, Joseph from the Lions,
yeah.
Kirby Joseph.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, Kirby Joseph is more like you. He's more built like you, like tall, lanky,
Yeah,
with a
longer.
lot of
Yeah.
length. Yeah. So how did that kind of play into your process of like, do you have aspirations to go to the NFL?
Hands down. That's been a goal since we started. You know what I mean? Like I think football, the game of football, is like no other. Like you can't. If people try to compare it to the sport, but the only people that play it and understand it know that the game of football over time, your love for it gradually grows.
Mm-hmm.
Like without even you realizing it. You know what I mean? And for some people it don't, but for people that really do, like I do love the game, and I don't know who I would be sometimes. Like that's another thing that I think a lot of athletes struggle with. Like, who are you without the game of football or whatever you
Mm-hmm.
play? And so I was like, football has been a part of my life so much that sometimes I struggled with knowing who I would be. And so knowing that Coach B and the defensive staff develops guys to be, you know what I'm saying, at that level, I trust it because even though because a lot of people was telling me like, oh, like when I used to say Illinois was my top school, like Illinois, I used to give it that side eye. You know what I mean? Not knowing that they just sent two DBs to the league before, like that
Exactly.
that
Yeah.
that upcoming year. So I'm like, nah, but you know what I'm saying? Just really trusting the process, and then what they've done this year only puts a stamp on it. Because what I said this on a different interview. I was like, what DB Like, what defensive player wouldn't want to go play for the number one defense in the nation?
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like I said, I believe it's a great spot for you. Just hearing how it all came together, and I read some of your letter too. So hearing all that and kind of how you talking about Coach B now, man, I feel it's a really, really good fit for you too, man. And one last question I have about your recruitment before we move on to your playoff matchup. So like you said, your recruitment started a little late, and you started getting offers to the very last second. So you got offers from Michigan State at the last second, and then Kentucky and Indiana. So what was it
Yeah,
about again, what was it about Illinois in comparison to Michigan State or Kentucky, that you was like, man, I gotta go with the Illini? Because I mean, those are top schools, man. I mean, Kentucky,
yeah.
that's in the SEC. So I mean, you seem like a very driven young man and you want to prove yourself. So people usually want to go to the SEC. But so what was it, the decision like over Illinois over Kentucky and Michigan State?
They believed in me from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? A lot of schools, they try to jump in late when you hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's what, and and it's a business too, so you can't take it personal. So I was like, but as you get in those offers kind of late, you like, where was you when, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Where I was still just, I was just Saboor. I wasn't Saboor Karriem, the 3-star,
Right.
all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think they believed in me from the start. And they did a really good job of recruiting me, not just as a football player, though. That's what we talk about all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Where sometimes you get coaches that just want to recruit you to come to the school and play football. When the coaching staff over there, they was really just, sometimes Coach Boo will call me and just ask about my day. Like,
Mm-hmm.
how was class today? You know what I mean? Not even talk about football, like, ask about my moms and all that. So it's really, that's what it comes down to. Like, do these people actually care about you?
Yeah.
Because Coach Grant said as soon as they could buy you, as quick as they could buy you, as quick as they could sell you.
Mm-hmm.
You
Absolutely.
know?
They always, when recruits get information and they get advice, they always talk about, going to a school where people care about you first as a person, like you said, and then, are they going to actually invest in you, to
Yeah,
develop you, number one, and then put you on the field, So
yeah.
that's definitely,
At
like I
the end
said,
of the day, like these these coaches are really trying to build us beyond the football field.
Mhm.
Our coach has been doing that since we were little because the main goal is that we all come out as better men.
Yep.
Because that's my mom always talk about this small window of time really kind of trajects the rest of your life
Hmm.
in some type of way. So the type of
Definitely.
man that you become in these next maturing years is really the person you're gonna be.
Definitely, man. Definitely, man. And you're a very well spoken young man. And I happened to catch one of your interviews on Instagram last week. It was with a Rutgers guy, I believe it was.
Yeah, Mr. Mound, he a Rutgers fanatic. That's my gym teacher. So
Oh, okay, nice.
yeah,
Uh,
he was like hop on the live with me.
yeah, yo, what was the
He's so
funniest
old.
thing?
He a boomer. He don't even know how Instagram work. I'm like, Mr. Mound, bro, you gotta send it to me before you go live.
Yo, what was funny about the interview though, and I was just watching it by myself and I started dying laughing because they was talking about oh yeah, Watchung Hills, man, they kind of comparable to you in talent, and I swear you must have said nah in the nicest way possible, bro. You tried to be diplomatic about it too, but she was like,
Yeah,
nah.
yeah, bro.
But
Nah,
what all went into the that playoff win against Watchung Hills? I heard the gym teacher bring up the fact that they do have a two-time Super Bowl champion as their coach. My man Hunter
yeah,
Cyber is over there too. That's a prospect I really like. But what all went
yeah.
into that? What did y'all see on film during the week that you guys knew that you could beat them?
I want to say like we just faster. Like
Mm-hmm.
when it really come down to it, like speed kills. So eventually, and I don't think no team in the state, and I stand by this. I don't think no team in the state put in the amount of work and time that conditioning wise, like us. Like we was out there, yeah, them days where you know what I'm saying. They call it heat wave and all that. Nah, like the school might shut it down. We go to the hill. Like me and the guys go to the hill and run. So I think in the fourth quarter where it really mattered, I think that we still that same first quarter speed. Like we still getting around, and I don't think a lot of teams could do that. And I think that's where they fell short too, because you see towards the end of the game, we start getting to that quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
We start getting to him a little bit more. Like he started feeling uneasy about throws. You know what I mean? And then the run game kind of slowed down. It was stalling out. So it was like in the beginning of the game, they was busting for like six on first. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Three on second. And now it's third and short. But towards the end of the game, you start seeing those third and sevens, third and eights. You know what I mean? Longer distances where we could play from top down now instead of trying to beat it at the point of attack, because that's really what they wanted to do. They wanted to run in between the tackles, lull us to sleep on the edge, get us to come too far upfield, and then pop it right back outside. That's when we see the pitches and the bellies and all that. But I think that game just came down to who really wanted it more. Because on the same token, we had our amounts of mistakes that could have went left. We threw 2 interceptions. We had a fumble. I dropped a touchdown. So a lot of stuff that could have went the other way went our way, and that's not how you win in the playoffs. So that's what I've been preaching to the guys the whole week. Like, we got a second chance. You don't get too many of those, because let's be realistic. If the roles is reversed, so another team did that to us, the way we was making mistakes, we scoring. Like, yeah, the game over from there. So I think that was the biggest difference, just who wanted it more at the end.
Definitely, man. And as you're going into your playoff game this week, tomorrow, I believe, right? With Ridgewood, what is the keys to victory in that game?
Keys to victory: stay disciplined. They in the wing tee. They got a couple of injuries, which is kind of crazy. We got one too. Jakai Williams, he broke his last game. Yeah, and we was like, wow. You know what I mean? He a senior running back. You know, he been with us the whole way, so that kind of hurt. But they lost their quarterback. They got a couple guys out. So I think at this point, you know how the playoff go. Like, whoever wanted more will win. Like, you in the playoffs, you got to earn everything now, because nothing given. Like, nobody's gonna lay down for you at this point, because everybody done put in all this work. Now not the time to lay down. So, you know, you got to play for 4 full quarters. We're going to play hard. We're going to play fast. We're going to play physical. And at the end of the day, like, our mindset, like, losing in the option. You know what I mean? Like, we don't even speak about the thought of losing over here, like, because it don't cross our mind, because it's not an option. Like, losing at this point, losing not an option. We got so many people depending on us. It's crazy.
Definitely, man, and it's nice to see West Orange, man. I kind of been keeping my eye on y'all. So it's so unfortunate I didn't get a chance to get to a game, but my man Jinsley August is there too, so I keep a special eye on y'all. But y'all got, like you said, y'all got to win now for your brother, man. So again, Saboor, man, I appreciate you doing this interview, with me, man, and I appreciate everybody who's watching this interview too. So again, I'm here with 3-star Illinois commit Saboor Karriem from West Orange High School, man. I appreciate your time.
I appreciate you.